to another video. My name is Sander and today we are at Kearney Lake in Algonquin Provincial Park. Now, this video is a little bit different than usual because we already did a full review of Algonquin and the area. Check the video here or in the description below so you can watch it after this video. This video we're really focusing on Kearney Lake itself and a couple things you can do in the area here. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Centrally located on the Highway 60 corridor, close to Algonquin's many attractions, is Kearney Lake Campground. The campground offers 104 campsites and they are all non-electric. So over here is our site. It's site number 202. Now overall not a bad site, pretty spacious, of course no electricity, but the main reason why you can tell this is not designed for trailers is where we had to park the trailer. So we either had to park it over here and in the bush, or our fire pit is right there. So as you can see, it's on the wrong side, so we did not have a fire this weekend. This is the Kearney Lake entrance. Just here, when you go on the left after the entrance, it's where the garbage is. It's a very, very small campground. There are no hydro sites. There's 2 beaches. It's a pretty small lake. There's one comfort. This is one of the beaches. There is this beach here as well as the beach there over in the distance. Now when you do go swimming here, keep an eye open for leeches. My daughter went swimming here yesterday and we actually had a leech on her, so something to keep in mind when you go swimming here. Both of them are pretty small beaches, but they do have the grassy areas over here where you can also just hang out and enter the water. So even though the beaches are small, you can still go swimming everywhere on this whole stretch from here all the way to the other beach. One thing to note here in Algonquin is if you don't have a kayak, canoe or stand-up paddleboard, there's many outfitters here that just drop the kayaks, canoes or stand-up paddle boards directly off on the campsite. So even if you don't have one, definitely recommend renting one because Algonquin is just perfect.
3 hours later.
Right behind me is Kearney Lake. This is the lake the campground is on. Now it looks like a pretty nice lake for paddling, but I wouldn't know because we brought the kayaks but we forgot the paddles. So pro tip, when you bring your kayaks, canoes, stand-up paddleboards, don't forget your paddles. And even though you could rent them at the multiple outfitters here in the park, the weather wasn't the greatest, so we decided just not to use the kayaks. One of the must-do activities in Algonquin is to explore the old railway trail by bike. It's a 16-kilometer one-way. It takes you from Cache Lake all the way to Rock, and conveniently Pog and Kearney are located right in the center.
And this is the end of the trail. So we're here now. And we came from there, so we biked this whole stretch. And now we're going back.
We are now at the art center. Last time we were here it was closed and now it's not, so let's go check it out. That's the art center. You can't film inside. There is lots of art for sale. It's pretty nice stuff, but definitely not cheap. If I can find some online photos, I'll put them in the video right here. But if you're looking for something to do, just a 5-10 minute stop, it's not a bad place at all. So let's talk about Kearney Lake. Kearney Lake is a smaller campground. There are no electrical sites, so if you do have a trailer and you want to keep your battery topped up, definitely suggest to get a solar system like the one we installed. Video is right here. But overall, you are in Algonquin, so there's just a ton to do regardless of the campground that you're in. Now you are in Algonquin, which also means you need to drive everywhere. Definitely bring your canoe stand-up paddleboard or kayak. Algonquin is just perfect for it. And don't forget your paddles. Bring your bikes. There is the old rail trail, which is very nice, which takes you all the way from Rock to Cache Lake. It's relatively flat because it used to be an old railroad, but you get very stunning views over the different lakes of Two Rivers, White Lake, and definitely recommend doing that. The campground itself is nothing special. Again, there's no hydro sites, there's one comfort station, and overall there's just not too much to do. But you know what, it doesn't matter because you're in Algonquin Provincial Park and you can literally spend weeks here and not see everything. So no matter the campground that you're in, you're gonna have a blast regardless. If you enjoyed this video, definitely smash the like button. It really helps pushing this video out to a larger audience. And in addition, why don't you just subscribe? We have many more adventures coming up this year, and subscribing is free and it's one of the best options to get notified, so hit the subscribe button. If you're looking for additional great parks, why don't you check out this video right here where we summarize the top 10 best parks we visited last year. Believe me, there are some hidden gems in there.